Late last year, Realme launched the first phone in the GT7 series, their flagship GT7 Pro. A couple of weeks back, we took a look at the vanilla GT7 here in China. This phone, with a few changes, is going to be launching globally soon. And now today, we take a look at phone number 3 in the GT7 series. This is the Realme GT7T. So what does the least expensive GT7 series phone have in store for us? Let's unbox and find out. If this is your first time here, or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech. Let's get started. We get a familiar black Realme box with a big shiny GT7T on it. To the back there are some spec highlights. Realme seems to have sent me the 12512 variant in racing yellow. Now once you open up the box, there's this black insert with "Make it real?" Okay, I guess. Now this insert, it houses the SIM tool, a quick start guide. There's a black soft case that kinda glitters when light hits it. Next up, let's get to the Realme GT7T. Guys, I love bright colors, and this yellow, it looks fantastic to me. Almost to the point where it feels a little criminal to cover it up with this included case. Honestly, I really wish Realme had provided something transparent here to let that design shine through. Now the back here, it is vegan leather, and the yellow SKU is 8.88mm thick. The blue and black with fiberglass should be slimmer, but even here, given the 3D curve at the edges, the phone feels sleeker in hand. It feels comfortable to hold and use. The grippy vegan leather does add to the ergonomics, and at 205 grams, the weight is quite manageable too. Of course, the frame is plastic, but still, Realme have packed in a huge 7000 mAh battery here. Talking about which, let's actually get back to the box, get done with the unboxing. So there's a USB Type-A to Type-C cable with white accents, and finally a 120 watt SuperVOOC charger. Using this charger, you can get that 7000 mAh battery to 100% in under 40 minutes. So it is very quick, appreciate it. Okay, what else? There is an IR blaster in case you want to control appliances around the house. There is NFC support, Realme's provided an IP68 rating, and that underwater shooting option that we saw on the GT7 Pro, that makes its way on over to the 7T too. The fingerprint scanner, it is optical, but it's quick and accurate. That's it. I would have preferred if they had placed it a little higher. Now about the fingerprint scanner is this display. Let's talk about that. This is a flat panel covered by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. At first glance, it looks quite symmetric, but if you look closer, the bezels, they're pretty even on 3 sides. The chin, it's slightly thicker. The screen to body ratio here, it's an excellent 94.7%. So when you look at this phone from the front, it does look good. Now to dig into the specs, it's a 10-bit AMOLED panel from BOE, 6.8 inches, 1.5K resolution. So you get 450-ish pixels per inch. So everything is pretty crisp. The 120Hz refresh makes everything quite smooth. It also happens to be bright. In our testing, this panel output almost 2000 nits. So using it outdoors on a sunny day, no issues. In fact, watching videos, playing games, the overall experience is quite good, which is made even better by the fact that Realme's thrown in excellent stereo speakers. Now talking about gaming, let's get to the performance part of this video. Under the hood, the GT7T is powered by MediaTek's 4nm Dimensity 8400 Max SoC. Do not ask me what the Max stands for here. MediaTek seems to just give away Max and Ultra branding's monikers like it's candy, right? Oh, you want to buy a chip from me? You can market it as Max. Oh, you can market it as Ultra. I really don't know why they're doing this. I'm sure at the launch event there's going to be some kind of explanation on why this is the Max, Ultra, Max. And if you know, let me know in the comments. But it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, if you like hearing honest takes such as this, a subscription would be awesome. Let the algorithm know you like what you're saying. Moving on, the 8400 Max, it's not a flagship SoC, but it's pretty solid nonetheless. What we get with this is basically a combination of 8 powerful A725 cores split into 3 different clusters, each with different clock speeds depending on what that cluster's function is. For the GPU, we get a 7-core Mali G720, so there is more than enough horsepower to run most games well. You get 8 or 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM, 128, 256 or 512 gigs of UFS 4.0 storage. Also note, Realme's provided support for bypass charging. So if you want to run your phone directly off the wall charger to prevent battery heat from building up, you can do that. Actually, overall, Realme's handled the thermals quite well here. Even after a 20-minute stress test, the GT70, it maxed out at about 44 degrees, so it did get warm, but not uncomfortably so. What I found impressive was the fact that it lost less than 25% of its peak performance, so I don't really have any complaints here. With the day-to-day Realme UI, it's very responsive. The experience you get is pretty much on par with what you'd expect on a flagship phone. Now, Realme does promise 4 years of Android version updates and 6 years of security patches, which is great. So next, let's move on to cameras. There's a dual camera setup here to the back. I like the gold trim surrounding the array and how they've matched that trim with the gold accent on the power button. But that's cosmetic. The actual hardware, the primary, it's a 50 megapixel Sony sensor, 1 by 1.56 inches. IMX896 is what they call this one. It's paired with an f1.8 lens that's optically stabilized. Under good light, it does well. Images were detailed, colors were natural, dynamic range was rich. Even under low light, I'd say the performance was pretty decent. The secondary is an 8 megapixel ultra wide from Omnivision. This is average at best. A little light on detail, the colors aren't matched to the primary, there is no autofocus either, so you can't shoot them macros. With video, the primary can shoot up to 4K 60. The quality is good, but there is a whole lot of EIS jitter. I really am not a fan. Now, with a selfie camera, that's a 32 megapixel Sony sensor IMX615, you can again shoot 4K video. And while there is some EIS jitter here, it's not quite as bad. The selfies themselves, they turned out fine, detailed, with accurate skin tones, nothing to complain about. So overall, Realme seems to have put together a pretty competent mid-ranger here. It's solid with its performance, packs a monster battery with fast charging, has an excellent display, and average optics. But overall, is this a good buy? Is it mid? Is it crap? Well, to me, that is gonna depend on what price Realme launches this at. And as of shooting this video, I have no clue as to what they are pricing this at, but when you're watching this video, I'm sure you'd have known what the price is. If not, I will definitely pin it in a comment below that like button, so do check that space. So knowing what the price is, what do you think about the GT70? What would you call this phone? Is it a great buy? Is it mid? Is it crap? Let me know in the comments below. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Ash out.